H-A-L-L-O-W-E-E-N spells Halloween. H-A-L-L-O-W-E-E-N spells Halloween. Halloween means ghosts and goblins scaring the people who open the door. Trick or treat, get you candy and apples, then go to the next house and get some more. H-A-L-L-O-W-E-E-N spells Halloween. H-A-L-L-O-W-E-E-N spells Halloween.
Sponsorship with Living Podcariously or the Twisted Tin is not just about contracts or money. We like to form relationships with those who invest in our shows.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. We only like representing companies or products that we can really get behind.
We met Kyle and Bianca from Oak and Iron Photography at an event from another sponsor of ours and immediately bonded with them because, let's face it, they're just awesome people.
Yeah, and if you came out to our Living Podcariously listener event, you may have seen them roaming around, taking some photos for us. They captured so much joy and emotion in those photos that night. It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Now, Adam, I'm kind of a amateur photographer, so I can appreciate how difficult it really is to capture moments like that.
They shoot events of any kind, weddings, lifestyle photos like maternity, couples, families, you name it. Not only do they capture moments that your grandmama will like, but they also put that Oak and Iron personal style and spin on what would normally be considered traditional photos.
Oh yeah, that Ring of Fire shot from our event was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Their photos not only capture the raw emotions, but when looking at them later, you were transported back to that day they were taken.
You'll see it on their website. They capture, quote, the real moments for the true at heart.
Nice.
Head on over to oakandironphoto.com to check out some of their work. Also, you can click the Contact Us button and get a quote of your own.
Go and check out oakandironphoto.com and let Kyle and Bianca know you heard about them from us.
You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Welcome to a brand new Halloween episode of Living Podcariously. Stop it, guys. Scare me. My name is Tack. I'm one of your hosts, and sitting across from me, way over there.
Hey, guys. I'm Adam, and I'm spooky. I'm spooky.
Perfect. And over on the Lady Chase,
It's a spooky little girl like me.
Andrea Joy.
Andrea Joy.
And Jay really is gone now.
No more Jay. Yeah, what? Oh, no. I was the only one clapping? What's that all about? Ooh. Oh, I'm kidding.
Maybe we'll have the ghost of Jay. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You could smell the ghost a mile away with his beard oil.
Oh,
by the way, he got his delivery, and he loves it. So
indeed. And so sitting over there is
it's Josh.
Did you forget his name?
It's not Mr. Wilson.
Let's let him do it.
What's up? Yeah,
Mr.
Wilson. What's up, guys?
Hey, Josh. Nice to have you. And you get the big seat tonight. You get the recliner.
I get the big boy chair.
Pretty excited. Big boy now.
Rub it in Jay's face a little bit. Come on. See, he left. You got his chair.
I wasted no time, Jay. Chair wasn't even cool yet.
My chair is bigger, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I'll just kick mine out.
We've got a couple of very special guests in studio. So joining us fresh off of the Beauty and the Beast finale, Dan and Stephanie, Josh's friends of the show, friends of us as well, and also Josh's sister and brother-in-law. So, hey, guys.
Howdy.
What's up?
Yeah.
They're so cute sharing that mic.
I love doing the microphone testing in studio. I needed them to test their microphone, so I said, hey, Dan, can you test your microphone? He leans up. What the hell is that sound?
What is that?
What the fuck? All right, I'll edit it out.
I think that was the dog.
It sounds like a bone
must be
going across the floor.
I think it was the dog.
So, he's carrying around a bone or something. So I needed Dan to test the microphone, and he leans up to the mic and he goes, microphone.
That's what he
Perfect.
said.
That's perfect. Yes.
So we did like a J test where he talks real quiet.
Yeah.
But then when the show starts,
he gets
Quiet,
really
but
loud.
screams into the mic.
Quiet, but what?
Quiet but clear.
Quiet but clear. Yes.
All right.
And joining us tonight, because I've got some questions about his show as well,
Indeed.
Mr. Ray Brito.
No, it's Ray. She's probably fucking somebody else. Brito.
That's right.
Hi.
Or
how's it
he's
going?
probably, excuse me, he's probably fucking somebody else.
He's probably
fucking someone.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
yes. Welcome to the show. We appreciate having you guys in here
Thank you. Thank
for
you.
sure. So speaking of that, what's up with Gallows Humor?
No, nothing. I
You
don't
did the
know.
Dan Cummins episode, and then that's all.
I-
Oh, he
Yeah,
pulled
I
a
don't know.
Maryland. Can we say that?
Yes, we can. Yes, we certainly can.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I didn't do another episode after that. I wanted the next one to be like really good, and then I was like, I don't want to just have like another local comedian on or something, and then just time went by, and it was like a month, and I'm like, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't have an
That's so
explanation.
sad.
I know.
It's so sad when a show ends.
I keep looking. I keep refreshing my player list for Gallows Humor.
I know. I was
don't think you
promised
could
to be
even
on the
listen to it
show.
anymore.
Andrea was promised to be on the show.
Mhm.
But
You guys
it's
can
cool.
be
I
on the
wasn't
show.
promised to be on the show.
I heard him announce that you were going to be on there one time.
What?
He said
Surprise.
What? Did you talk to my agent or something?
You're Asian. You have an Asian?
Doesn't everybody?
Racism?
it.
Maybe. No, maybe. No, it's good to have you up here, Ray. And
I appreciate it.
So we've had a couple of people that have come in. We technically have, we're an ensemble cast. You probably know that. You've been here many times before. We have an extra seat that is open. Jay left a vacancy in our show. The fourth seat technically already is Mr. Wilson's, should he officially want to take that seat. That's his. But we still kind of have an opening for an extra mic. So if you're interested in joining,
You're gonna ask me on the show.
well, not officially. It has to be a team decision, obviously.
Right, right. And we got some other people that don't get too big.
Yeah,
we
this
got
is
other
your
people
audition.
that are interested. For one thing, you showed up like fucking late.
Yeah.
I was told there would be hazing.
And now you can't say no.
That's right. So what do you
took your break line.
So what do you think? You wanna do it? No, I'm kidding.
I gotta give you an answer right now. Right?
Yes.
Doing the show does come with commitments, so you do have to commit like one night a week. Just so you're aware.
We got to see how this show
Right.
goes. This is an audition.
No, I know.
We saw
I'm
the
just
Chip
letting
and
him
Dale
know.
dancers. We saw the strippers.
Yeah.
I definitely want to have video for that one, Tack. Strippers.
Don't have strippers on the show.
Did you say Adele dancers?
Yeah, why not?
Chippendale.
Chippendale. Adele dancers is way different than Chippendale dancers.
really.
Is it?
That's a good point. I guess that's true. So, all right, Andrea, take over. You got very, very emotional this afternoon. So I want you to fill in our listeners, and most of our listeners that have been paying attention know what you just got done doing tonight. But you tell us
Yes.
a little bit about it.
It was the end of Beauty and the Beast at the Cocoa Village Playhouse today. It was the final show.
Oh.
And it's so sad when a show closes because you will never, ever have the same cast. And this cast was amazing. We were all just there for each other. There wasn't any like behind the scenes drama or anything. No one was jealous of anyone else. We were all like teamwork all the way. It was really amazing. And just Beauty and the Beast. So it touches your heart. And it's hard when it ends. But right at the end of all of that, you're on stage crying because it's the end. And you're trying to hold an you're curtain bowing. Belle gets engaged.
Yeah.
Her
Yep.
fiance comes down the stairs and she has no idea. And first the director walks out and she has roses. We just want to honor Belle, our leading lady, gives her roses. And then the prince, who is playing the prince, he takes her hand. He says, I want you to close your eyes. She looks at him funny. And then he's like, just close your eyes. And she's like, okay. And she just closes her eyes and she keeps them closed. And then we turn and down the stairs, her boyfriend starts
real life
walking-
boyfriend, yeah.
yes, walks down the stairs. Her eyes are closed. She has no idea. Walks down, and as the beast lets go of her hand, he takes the hand. She opens her eyes, and the look of just like, what are you doing here? Why
Yeah.
are you on the stage right now?
She knew exactly why he was there. The minute she saw him.
Yeah. I'm sure you could hear from the gasps in the audience that everyone in the audience pretty much figured out what was going on.
As soon as they saw
Yeah.
him walk down the stairs, everybody was like, oh,
Who is this
shit.
stranger not dressed in costume, no makeup on, but he's Mike. That was weird, but yeah, he walks down.
Oh, I guess Ben was right. The beast didn't win.
That's true.
He
That's a
did.
good point. Yeah, he proposed. It was really cute. He got down on one knee, said a few things to her first. And I thought it was really cool because they did have him mic so you could hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
But he got down on one knee and he asked for a hand in marriage. And she couldn't say anything. She's just nodding. So the audience saw it and they got a big kick out of that. It was a big pop at the end of that show. It was cool. It was it was a tearjerker for sure.
We were critiquing his proposal on the way back to the car.
Were you?
Yeah, well, so, as I said, she knew exactly what was happening the minute she opened her eyes. So, at that point, wouldn't it be best for her to open her eyes and you already to be on one knee?
Well,
Oh,
usually
he wasn't already on one knee?
No, he
no.
talked to her
He was
first.
standing there, but
Oh, what a
He
loser.
said he said like a whole speech. and
Yeah, when
everything
she
to her.
opened her, I thought when she opened her eyes, he was on one knee already.
no, he was just standing
Why
there
would he
holding her
not do
hand.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because he's
terrible.
probably fucking somebody else.
It's still.
That's horrible. It was the perfect ending to a fairy tale.
It's still a cute
yeah.
idea.
It was amazing.
But I agree, he should have been on one knee when she opened
I don't
her eyes.
remember that part in Beauty and the Beast when I saw it.
I said, I don't know.
This
I
was
pretty fucking
our
impressed.
version.
Oh,
Hey, you know what though?
Yeah.
Disney has a certain criteria. You have to stick to a certain story. Ooh, I wonder if Village is going to, or Cocoa Village Playhouse is going to get any trouble for
The
that.
show is over,
I'm
and you
kidding.
guys were a very special audience to be able to be there for that.
That was cool.
The ending of Belle's fairy tale started her real life fairy tale.
She that audience today was sold out. They had every seat in the house was taken. In fact, the seat next to me was a dad and his 2-year-old little
saw
girl.
that, yeah.
Oh, it was so cute. And there was 2 seats open a little bit further down. I said, "Hey, if nobody fills these by the time the show starts, I'll go sit down there so you and your daughter can sit, in your own seats."
right.
Now those got taken too. So it not only was it at maximum capacity, it was at maximum capacity plus a few, because there was a few other kids in the audience that were doing the same thing, kind of just standing in front of their parents, which I'm sure is a little bit annoying to some people, but I thought it was adorable. But yeah, it was the first time she'd ever seen any kind of musical, and her dad was just thrilled. He loved
Did
it.
she
She
like
loved it.
it?
Oh yeah. Every time Belle came on stage, there's Belle.
Aw.
Every single time she came on stage.
I did
She
the
was
same
the
thing
best
too.
Belle.
so.
Yeah, Tack, you brought your daughter, son, and
Yeah.
another date. Right?
No, just a friend. It was just a friend.
But technically, she's not just a friend. She's right.
When is
No,
she going to
just
let me
friends.
shellac her?
Call him out on the show.
Yeah. Well, I realized that halfway through saying, I'm like, oh, maybe he doesn't want to say dating.
No,
maybe.
no, we're just friends.
Just
Well, we know her, Tara. She's awesome.
Yeah.
What's
My
her
son.
last name?
My son actually.
Reed.
I told him we were going to the play, and he had no interest. He was like, "I don't want to go to a play. Why do I have to go? It's stupid. Can I just stay at home?" And I was like, "No, you're going." I mean, it turned into a little argument. And then after the show, when we were leaving, he's like, "When's the next one?" It's like,
Really?
Yeah, he loved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I know when I came over to you guys, he was a little pouty faced at the beginning. He wasn't.
Oh, that's because we were up on the balcony, and he did not like the balcony. He was really
Really?
nervous up there. He was pretty sure that it was going to collapse.
How old is this? How old is your
He's
son?
10.
Why would you expect a 10-year-old to be interested in
best seats.
Beauty and the Beast, though?
You can see everything.
I didn't. My daughter wanted to see it more, and he can't stay home alone, so he had to go.
Sucks.
And it's a good thing he did.
Yeah,
He
loved
enjoyed
it.
it,
He enjoyed
and
it.
now he
yeah.
has a new found love for the arts and the theater.
You don't leave him home alone yet?
Only for maybe an hour, maybe.
What did you do when you were
If
10?
I go to the store. Shit,
I
I was home
wasn't
alone
allowed.
at 6.
But what were you doing?
Jerking off. What?
That's it the whole time?
Tack was an
The
early
whole
bloomer.
time.
At 6?
Yeah,
Damn.
Tack was a very early bloomer.
yeah. But I didn't lose my virginity until I was 20, so I
So
got
late-
pretty good at it.
late bloomer.
I got pretty good at it. I was good. You guys should see me. I'm really good. I'll show you a video one time.
No, I'm good. No, that was a great. It was bittersweet. It was cool to see you guys up on stage doing your final curtain call, a curtain bow, whatever, and then you could see 3 or 4 of you up there already bawling on stage. You could.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh, you didn't know.
Oh, you did.
No.
Oh, you did.
True. That's
I
true.
couldn't help it. They just came out of my eyes automatically.
The
One
tears.
thing I was
Yes.
impressed too is that when the show started, Tara was even she was It's like, she was like, is that Andrea? Like the third one from, I'm like, okay, she's right next to the thing. Yeah. Like she spotted you like immediately, which is pretty good for only meeting you like.
The fuck was that?
What was that? Was that the
was-
dog?
No,
No,
he's
Oliver's
right
right there. Maybe it was the cat.
Anyway, the third
I'll
one
edit it out.
I
Right.
walk on. I'm not standing there.
Well, it was sometime during the whole beginning, like opening number and all that kind of stuff. So, but I thought it was impressive for only meeting you like one time. Plus, you're wearing a wig, and
The wig was the same color as
I
her
know
hair,
that's
though.
why I got mad at her last time. I was like, "Why are you wearing a red wig? Like your hair looks way better than this wig."
I don't get a pick. Plus, I don't have bangs, so unless I wanted to cut myself some poofy little
no.
80s
Yeah,
bangs,
don't do
I
that.
veto.
Don't do that.
I veto that option.
that's just Marie. That's not Andrea.
That's cool.
Well, I guess kind of what we're talking about, what's going on in everybody's lives. I actually have a pretty big announcement too.
Oh,
So my wife is pregnant. We're expecting our first
no
kid.
way!
That's what I'm
Congratulations,
talking
buddy.
about. Nice.
Nice.
We better do a show with a baby.
That
What?
sounds obnoxious.
So
Oh.
I did a great job at something. I'm not the best with certain types of secrets, especially something that is this important to me because this is such a cool thing for Josh and his wife. And Josh,
You got his wife pregnant.
yeah,
Nice.
surprise.
Are you kidding?
Very
I've
good.
been wanting a baby forever. That's ridiculous.
So you have no idea how hard it is for me to keep that level of a secret away from this woman in my life. It is
What?
damn near impossible. So I did it. I found out Josh is going to announce it at the Halloween party or the teamwork party down at Steph and Dan's. I'm like, shit, that's her. She's not going to be home till super late. We might not be able to make it. Like, fuck, we'll just have to do it on the show the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So lo and behold, end of the show, Andrea's backstage and she sends me a text. She's like, I just found out they're pregnant through Facebook, through social media. I'm like, oh, well, sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
That was my fault. I had to post it. I was
Is
too excited.
this my news that I couldn't look at social
This
media?
is your
Oh,
news,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So I can look at Facebook now.
Yeah, you can go back on Facebook.
So we better take a break.
Congratulations.
So we'll talk to you in the next segment. We'll see you soon.
So we'll have little Wilson.
Little Wilson.
Nice.
Have you guys thought of names?
Then. Andrea Joy.
We
Tack?
cut that one out pretty early. We were just
Really?
like too close to home,
Aw.
but we liked it a lot.
Tack?
Marie.
Do you think about Tack?
No.
Wade.
Wade's cool.
You
No.
could just go with Joy.
I refuse Wade.
Adam? I mean, that's a cool
It's
name.
Deadpool.
Wade Wilson is Deadpool.
Wade Wilson's
Oh,
Deadpool.
Wade
yeah.
Wilson. Oh my God, I just got that.
I
Okay.
think you could just name her Joy.
Actually, if it is a girl, her middle name will be Joy.
Yes.
No
you
fair.
win. You win. If it's a girl, her first name will be Tack, so it'll be Tackjoy.
Sounds
Tack
weird.
Joy.
Sounds
But if it's a girl, it
strange.
needs like
Yeah.
Taka?
Taka?
Takisha? Takisha.
Perfect.
Takisha?
There you go.
Takisha Joy.
It is 2017.
But how would you spell that?
With a U somewhere. And an Inye.
Oh, I was thinking
Over one of
Taquu. EESHA.
I just roll like a pool ball across the keyboard.
That's
your
super
name.
exciting.
No.
Super excited for you guys.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys are
you.
going to be awesome parents.
I sure hope so.
And I'm thrilled you guys are moving back over here, so we get to share that with you a little bit
Do
more.
we get the baby like when you go out of town like the puppies?
I feel like you're going to have to fight a whole bunch of family.
But we already get the puppies all the time, so I mean, I think like maybe like.
We like Battle Royale.
Sometimes-
We just invite everybody over.
But I will do
Pick your weapon. Bring a weapon.
Disney
Good
show
luck.
tunes
Money in the
for your
Bank ladder
baby.
match.
All you have to
Except
say is-
instead of a briefcase,
We
you
could
just hang the baby from a tree at the top.
That's funny.
The baby's cradle, like rockabye, not like hang a fucking baby.
Man, this is a Halloween episode, so it did get a little dark over here on this side of the room. Tack.
We could just like post on Facebook, like, we want to leave the house. Somebody come over.
And
And just
then
everybody will hang
Just
out.
you auction
be
it.
lined up.
You basically say whoever gives us the most amount of diapers gets to watch the baby for the weekend that we're out of town. And then you keep everybody's donation, but whoever gives you the most gets the baby. See? I'm thinking here.
I like
Nailed
it. I'm
it.
gonna write that
Nailed
one down. Actually, you mentioned the party last night. How are you guys feeling?
I'm back.
I'm
back.
exhausted.
Yeah, I felt like garbage this morning. I woke up and just felt like a piece of shit.
I felt so bad for you guys because I know you were coming up to watch Andrea's last show of this. I'm like, oh man, I mean, even though it's later, it's like early afternoon, it's still anything with the word early in it, even if it's early afternoon, is still hard to get yourself up after a big ass party like that.
Because these parties are usually in Tampa and we have to drive home, it's usually about the time we leave anyway.
Gotcha.
So it worked out great.
Goodness.
All right. So, what? Somebody say something? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So,
if you
go.
Is what?
Is it good?
Huh?
Is it?
no, you're
You guys want me?
you want me?
Do it.
For,
Hey.
But says
Ray?
how about you?
Oh.
Who's
16
on
of the
first?
7
Have you-
Thursday.
Let's take a break.
Ray, what you got?
What?
Microphone.
What's going on?
That was weird. It sounded like we all just had strokes. Okay. So let's take a break. When we come back, I know we got some jokes coming up. We got some other Halloween talk coming up. And
The diary.
Guyry's coming up, so stay tuned.
Village Idiot Pub. You locals know about it. You guys from out of town have to check them out.
Village Idiot Pub is now a proud sponsor with Living Podcariously and the Twisted 10 podcasts.
It's more than just about commercials, though. The cast here will be taking our show on the road to Village Idiot to record some episodes as well as hold events. They have over 30 beers on tap, including ciders and Hefeweizen, my favorite, as well as hundreds of bottle choices.
Adam, you forgot my favorite, all the delicious wine. So get your friends together and enjoy the board games, puzzles, and the giant Jenga.
Let the owner, Jason, as well as the rest of the staff there, take excellent care of your beer drinking needs.
Mention either one of our shows to the staff and get 10% off your tab.
Tuesday is open mic, Wednesday is trivia, Thursday is karaoke, Friday and Saturday night are live music.
Visit them at 4 Harrison Street, Suite 103, Cocoa, Florida, or Village Idiot Pub on Facebook. And don't forget, they are a dog-friendly location, so bring your friends, family, and fur babies.
DJ Gil Lugo's in the mix, and he's coming at you street style.
DJ Gil Lugo.
You got a beat for me?
This one's explosive.
Throw the switch and let us begin.
Hey, it's Adam. If you enjoyed the content or the cast of Living Podcariously, be sure to check out the other show we produce. It's called The Twisted 10. Each week, a host or a guest host takes over the show and brings their own unique and original top 10 list to the show. Here's a few examples. Top 10 crazy religious practices. Top 10 sexual fetishes. Twisted Guinness World Records. Top 10 possible human extinction events. And my personal favorite, top 10 best or worst infomercial products. As you can see, the content is all over the place for the show. However, it is a lot of fun to produce, and we hope you like it. As always, thanks for listening.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
And welcome to welcome back to our spooktacular, spooky.
Oh, you said spooktacular.
Why can't I say spooktacular?
Because it's lame and overused.
It's fun
Is
to
it?
say. Try it.
Can I try?
You do it.
Spooktacular. Yeah. I don't
Doesn't
like
it feel good?
Try it again, Ty.
Spooktacular.
Spooktacular.
Yeah. Oh, it's not there anymore.
I want it back. Do it again. Do it again.
For you?
Yep. Welcome back to our Halloween episode
Do a
of
laugh, do a laugh.
Living Podcariously.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was
No, I'm
magic. What are you talking about?
So after
That just hurt my self-esteem so bad. I just got heartburn from it.
No, that was fantastic.
at the end of her show today, Josh and I headed over because we were waiting for Andrea to get out to go come over here and record. Well, we went up to Village Idiot down in Cocoa Village, as a sponsor of the show, but also a great place to get a good beer. So we went over there and sat down and waited for Andrea for a little while, and we were just kind of dapper, so struck up conversation. Shelly, the manager behind the bar back there, was asking us a little bit about the show, and there happened to be a person there who let's just say, had been partaking in Village Idiot's imbibements quite a bit. He was a little drunk. He and his wife were there.
Was he a ghost?
No, he wasn't spooky at all. But he was telling us some stories about how he wants to get involved in community theater. I'm like, well, it's all that they want you to volunteer, so you can go be an usher, you can be part of the show, you can be part of the set design. He's like, yeah. He goes, I used to do set design. I can't do his voice. He was drunk.
Is this the same guy that's a guitar player for people?
No. This is a younger. This guy just turned 40.
Okay.
But it's poignant to mention. He said he gave me his backstory. He goes, we used to live in Vero, and he goes, I volunteered down there at the Vero Community Theater to do some of their set design. I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's like, well, kind of. He goes, I went in there with a really bad attitude at first because I got a DUI and I got to choose what I wanted to do for community service, and that was one of the options. So he went in there to help. But by the end of the time he only spent 50 hours of community service time, but he ended up volunteering 100 hours just because he was having so much fun. But at the end of the production, he was sitting in the audience watching his set design and all that stuff. He had such a good time. He wants to go back. So I told him, I said, hey, go over and, ask the Village Playhouse if you can help volunteer. It's all that they want is just your time, because that's all that's needed over there.
That's
so
cool.
And he was hit by a car in front of the Playhouse shortly afterwards.
By a DUI driver. The irony of it all.
I have a riddle for you.
Ooh, I love riddles.
Oh, okay.
I only have one, though.
Oh.
The maker of this product does not want it, the buyer does not use it, and the user does not see it. What is it?
I know it.
Okay, you have to repeat it. It's a riddle.
The maker of this product does not want it. The buyer does not use it, and the user does not see it.
Oh, I know the answer.
Is it a fart?
Nambla.
What?
That's a really old joke.
I know. You guys can ask questions on that too.
Okay, can you repeat it?
What?
Yeah.
I already repeated it 100 times.
Yeah, I wanted you to repeat it so I can inject Nambla into it and think about it.
The maker does not use it. The buyer does not want it. The person who uses it does not know it or does not see it. What is it? Think Halloween. Think spooky. Think.
Why does it gotta be Halloween? It
I
happens
guess it
all
doesn't.
the time.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be Halloween.
Candy corn.
Yes.
Is that it?
No. This is a good one. I love. I asked this one to the kids in the past.
Did they get it right?
Yeah, the kids got it pretty
Damn
quickly.
it.
Oh man.
Young minds think differently than mature people.
Repeat it one more time.
The maker
we're
of
not
this
mature
product
people.
does not want it. The buyer does not use it. The user does not see it. What is it?
We have people yelling at their podcast right
Yes,
now.
yeah, they're yelling.
All right.
You
What's
fucking
your answer?
morons.
It's a coffin.
That's right.
A coffin.
Oh.
A coffin. The person who buys it doesn't really want it.
Gotcha.
They're not gonna use it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right, you want some easier ones? We'll go with some mom ones.
Oh, you got mom jokes?
Mom riddles?
Why do skeletons have low self-esteem? They have nobody to love.
Nobody.
Nobody to love. Ain't got nobody to love.
What's a ghoul's favorite bean? A human being.
Oh.
Ooh, insert crickets here, Adam,
Oh.
when you're editing later.
Oh. Why did the ghost go into the bar? For the booze.
Ah.
Can we just get a rim shot?
I saw that on a Walmart T-shirt. It just said, "I'm here for the booze." BOOS.
What do you call a witch's garage? A broom closet.
Yeah. That's...
No, I laughed.
She looks
at
so
that one.
defeated when
Are you
we don't laugh.
expecting to get laughs? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
This is like me when I did
Why
stand-up
don't
comedy.
mummies take time off? They're afraid to unwind.
That's a little better.
God.
But...
We have another Village Idiot story.
Why did the vampire need mouthwash? Because he had bat breath.
Bat breath. You see, Josh, that's bat like bad.
It's a play on words.
Yeah, it's
Don't you get it,
words.
Josh?
Yeah.
Because they transform.
Do you get it?
Sure. Yes.
All right. Tell your story about our experience sitting us.
I guess. Are the jokes
Did I
done?
just defeat?
I want to hear the rest of Andrea's jokes.
If you
I
have
know.
already
I thought we were doing joke time.
you're a crowd pleaser. Do 'em.
Apparently they're done.
No, go ahead.
Way to be an asshole.
I
Yeah,
know,
right?
God.
It's like on an award
What a
show when your
dick.
speech is too long, they just play the music.
I know.
Did I just play her off?
He pulled a Kanye.
Damn it.
Pulled a
What's it
Kanye,
called
yeah.
when a vampire has trouble with his house? A grave problem.
Huh.
That was the worst one.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Okay. Why can't the boy ghost have babies? Because he's a Halloweenie.
Halloween.
That was kind of funny. I like that.
Why do demons and ghouls hang out together? Because demons are a ghoul's best friend.
You guys
That's
asked
the
for this.
end.
I'm looking at all of you. You motherfuckers asked for all of this.
I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna give that one the thumbs up. That was really good.
All right.
Demons are a ghoul's best friend. Yeah, that was a really good one.
That one wasn't bad.
Do you get it, Ray? Because
Demons are
and
a
diamonds.
ghoul's best
Oh,
friend.
it's another play on words.
It's a double play on words.
You should end on that one.
That was the last
That's
one.
your ender right there. That's it.
She
Brought
closed
the
it
house
down.
down.
Dang, this is like dead.
Ah. Hi-oh. Okay.
All right.
No,
so
that was good. That was good. I liked it.
So another absolutely insane thing happened at the Village Idiot today.
This is so fucking funny.
So again, we're sitting out front, drinking a beer, and this lady comes out from the inside, and she said, "Hey, do you mind if I sit here and smoke a cigarette?" Yeah, of course, whatever.
We're sitting there vaping anyway.
Oh yeah. So she sits down, and we're not, she's being friendly. We're not really kind of talking. She's just kind of minding her own business, and then lights up a cigarette. The girl from the other table comes over, asks to borrow a cigarette. She's very generous, hands it off. No big deal. They finish. They go back inside, and then this guy comes out who explains to us.
Very excitedly.
Yeah, super excited. He comes out, and the first thing he says is, "I'm sorry that I was watching you guys. I thought I needed to explain."
We didn't realize he was watching us.
Creepy.
Okay.
Did he have a hook for a hand?
No. So he comes over and he says, "Hey, I'm out with the family, and that's my mother, and she we went to the trick store with the kids, and we bought these little sticks that you slide into their cigarettes, and then when it hits it pops.
Yeah.
It explodes the cigarette.
It's scary,
Gotcha.
right?" And he comes out and he says, "Yeah, we put a couple. She had a pack of cigarettes. There was like 2 left, so we loaded them, and then she ended up taking them out and putting them in a different pack and bringing that pack with her. So we have no idea which cigarette's going to explode at this point."
So every time she goes out for a cigarette, the family watches. Like, oh, maybe this is going to be the time. And the woman as Josh was saying, gave a stranger one of her
She
cigarettes.
gave the other-
No.
Oh no! I'm not gonna.
I mean, we didn't.
You didn't wait?
No spoil. No, it didn't happen. I mean, both of the cigarettes that they smoked while Josh and I were sitting out there were okay.
Okay.
Oh, but that would have been such a funny.
Those
Why
are the
wouldn't
ones
you
that
wait?
you light it and then it pops when you light it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it
Well,
blows up.
once you
It blows
get
up the cigarette.
Yeah, once the light's down to it. Does that make
How
sense?
bad is
Yeah.
the explosion?
I hope it's like cartoon effects, blackface.
It's just like a little pop,
what I mean?
right?
Yeah.
It's like those little snap things that like you put
Yeah,
between your fingers and
whippersnappers.
you
Yeah.
throw on the ground, they pop. It's like that, right?
I would imagine.
Kinda.
I
yeah.
don't know. I wanted to see it happen. I almost wanted to go in there and have them hunt for it just to watch something like that happen. But it
My
didn't.
brother did this with an actual firecracker before.
Your brother's an idiot.
You've met my brother.
True.
With an actual firecracker.
So firecrackers come in different strengths,
Yeah.
right?
Get a little bit. There you go.
The ones that you typically find, the most common ones that come in the little packages,
Little black cats or whatever.
yeah, those are too strong. There's another smaller, like more bitch-made firecracker strength, and they're real tiny. They're like, well, I
Is
don't
that
know.
what
Would
they're
they
called?
fit-
Bitch made firecracker.
Well, so what
Would
I
they
had-
fit into a cigarette? Would it
Wh-
fit?
Yeah, they were small enough to fit into a cigarette. So he hollowed out a cigarette, stuffed one of these in there with the wick facing out, and then filled the rest of it with tobacco.
Oh my god!
And he's like, "Oh, I gotta get someone with this." I was like, "You can't.
It'll kill them.
This
They'll
is
have
a
no
this
lips.
is a fucked up prank. And if someone's gonna do it, you have to do it first to make sure it's not lethal or serious." So he did, and it worked perfectly.
Really?
Because the firecrackers are so weak, the paper constricting it kept the explosion from being significant.
So he's not an idiot. He's a genius.
No.
by accident.
Those firecrackers, those little bitch firecrackers, probably cost $1 for a roll of 100 of them. Where those little prank things, which probably do the same thing, probably cost like $10 a pop. So maybe he's onto something.
On eBay.
You see what I did there?
Hey, Adam, you still having problems with your lights?
No,
Or
what?
with the power? I don't know. The lights just flickered in the other room.
We paid the bill, right, baby?
Of course.
Okay.
The what?
No.
What happened?
The light just flickered out in the living room.
I thought we were in the living room.
No, we're in her.
The studio,
in
right?
the side room off the studio.
No, I can't see over there.
Is this still
Whatever.
flickering, or
No.
just did it like once,
I
twice?
did it once.
It looks fine to me.
I don't know. Maybe the bulb's just loose.
I would say I would edit that out, but you can't edit out a flicker.
Did anyone listening see the light flicker?
Did anybody else see that?
Listeners, if you saw.
Are you
Call
on
in.
ketamine right now?
Yeah.
Y'all are just getting freaked out because it's a Halloween episode.
No, it's probably the dog. Oh wait,
There you go.
The dog
Ollie's
is
sleeping
sleeping.
right there. Anywho,
I don't know, maybe it's the cat.
Well, why don't you check out the breakers and we'll take a break.
So have we had any insane stuff happen this year for Halloween? Like last year we had the killer clowns that came out of the woods.
Oh.
Has there been any crazy shit that's happened?
I've called out a few people on reposting the thing from 2016 where it was the clown in the haunted house in Salem that actually killed people. I don't know if you've seen that too.
I haven't.
I absolutely, I won't call them out by name, but I love this person. She's a great person, but she shared it and she's like, see, this is why I'm afraid of clowns. And they basically republished the same article, but with new dates
Who?
on it.
Ah, yeah.
What do you mean, who? I just said I don't want to call her out.
I just want to know
Yeah,
who
what's
did.
her first and last name?
Yeah.
Last
Adam.
five
I'll
of
say
her social.
Casey. You should know the rest from there.
Okay.
Okay. Because her husband's boyfriend's father listens, so I don't want to.
What's his first and last name?
Yeah. And his address.
Yeah.
And his social security number. What was that?
That sounded like a Wookiee, but it was just my stool.
gross.
But no, I called her out for that. Other than that, no, man, not really. I mean,
I'll take a quiet year where people aren't getting murdered. I'm okay with that.
other than Vegas happening, I don't think there's really a whole lot in the news as far as bad things. I don't think anyway.
Well, speaking of clowns, does anybody see it yet?
It sucked.
Oh,
I haven't seen it yet. I want to.
I haven't seen it either. I heard it was really funny.
I saw it when I was a kid.
you haven't seen it?
No.
I saw it
the
a
new one.
long time ago. Like
The new one, baby.
Wait,
Did you
you
know there
just
was a new
said,
one?
"Have you seen it?"
I guess
And
that's a good
I
point.
saw it. I don't know what this new stuff is when you already have a good movie.
And she felt it too.
The new one was better than the old one.
I heard
So
that.
is it like is it a reboot
Well,
or
that's the thing. It's supposed to be now the clown is coming back, but they set it back to when the original was made, so it didn't make any sense.
Well, as a standalone movie, it was really good.
So
It was really fucking good. I want to see, like, as soon as it was over, I'm like, I want to see that again right now.
I heard
It
it
was
started
so
out
good.
with like
Damn.
the clown eating a kid.
I watched it on my phone at 5 a.m. So
Maybe that's why.
No wonder you didn't like it.
So good. It's
You have to go to the movie and do the movie experience.
That's like $50.
I understand that, but that's why I don't go as often as I would like to. But I love the whole movie going experience.
Yeah,
You got,
I
like,
saw it in the theater. We saw
Yeah.
it. I saw it in the best theater I've ever been in. I forgot the name of it, but it's in Orlando. It's like they had assigned seating for the seats. Like when you buy your ticket, you have an assigned seat, and there's like the chairs have like a button on the side,
Yeah.
and they recline like all the way back. It was the most amazing theater
That
I've ever
means the
been.
ticket's more.
say Ray paid $18?
I swear to God,
for
it's
that
real.
seat.
Easily.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of scary movies, all through October, the Cocoa Village Playhouse has a film series going on.
Oh, sorry.
God damn.
I
And you go
spaced
like-
out. I spaced out. I'm
Last night they had, was it Friday? No, it was last night. Sorry. Okay. Last night they had Poltergeist showing at midnight.
sorry. Oh, nice.
So it was really cool. They've done Hocus Pocus and Beetlejuice. So
Andrea knows podcasting well. She edits herself. She starts back at where her phrasing was a few seconds prior. I love it. It's awesome.
She's rolling her eyes at you.
I know. I'm used to that, though.
so check out the movie schedule at the CocoVillagePlayhouse.com.
So you didn't like It? The new It?
No.
No?
No.
No.
Why?
You're the only person
I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
Everyone that I've met that saw it thought it was amazing.
I saw mixed reviews online about it, but I didn't, I haven't heard anybody
I thought
in person.
most of the scares they put into the commercials, and so it really wasn't that scary. It was just a clown.
What about the part where he climbs out of the projector and he's
I
giant?
haven't seen it.
Spoiler.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's like one of the... I think that's in the commercial, maybe.
I haven't seen the commercials either. I don't watch those.
All the commercial
I
is the
refuse
same.
to watch commercials.
The same commercials as 1980 or whenever it came out originally. So you see the clown in the rain grate. You see the kid chasing a little thing.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of the,
See the
the
balloons.
classic scenes with the little kid with the balloon and the grate and all that shit. But it's so gory. It's so gory. I didn't expect. I don't know. I'm like gay for this movie. I loved it.
What the hell did we just watch that was ridiculously gory? We just watched
American Horror
something.
Story?
The Cube.
We have The Cube.
The Cube.
We talked about this on our last show a little bit too, Tacky. You need to
Did
go
we?
see this.
Okay.
I say go see it
Or not.
It's well. So the one you saw.
It's on Netflix.
Let's back it up a minute. So there's 3 cubes. The original that came out was basically the middle of this trilogy. It was great. It was a great
Just
show.
like Hellraiser? I mean,
Is that where they're stuck in different rooms?
Yes, they're stuck in rooms and they have to figure out. It's basically
They're
a
going through
maze,
this maze of
Yeah.
a
cubes.
gigantic maze, and you have no idea who built the maze, how the people got there. You have no clue about any of this
And
stuff.
it's like
some
a- it's like
times
a
you
Saw
open a door,
type
go in it,
situation.
and die.
So it's like Saw.
Yes, very
It's like
similar to
Saw,
Saw.
yeah.
However, there's no villain. The villain is let me rephrase that. There's no apparent villain immediately in the show. I'm not going to spoil the rest of it, but there is a villain.
but it's all right.
No, there is a villain, but you don't know about it.
Not
Anyway,
in that movie.
I told Josh about this, so I said, "Hey, man, let's watch the prequel, which was done like 5 years later or 6 years later, and that's a giant hunk of dog shit.
God, it was so bad.
It was horrible.
I was bored and drunk.
We haven't watched the third one yet, or technically the sequel to the original. We saw the
Gotcha.
prequel and the original, but we haven't seen the sequel yet. But the Cube, the original Cube, is fucking fabulous. 1996 or 97 or something.
That's
like
the
that.
one I saw.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it was awesome.
So good.
Cool.
But
All right, well, let's take a little break.
I need to go see what.
I got it. When you do that, you're doing a break.
Yeah.
With your hand.
Yes, I'm breaking something.
Adam, she's adorable.
She's catching up, Tack. She's catching up. You know what the most beautiful thing about you, baby, is your eyes. Usually they're rolled back, but you're still beautiful. Rolling your eyes at me.
So we're going to take a little break.
What's
and,
the audible eye roll?
I started this show with talking about how wonderful your cock was.
She did.
I'm going to say that.
I'm going to have to find that. I'm going to put that on infinite loop.
So we're going to take a break here in studio?
No, we already
Sounds
did take
good.
a break.
Yeah, I need to go check out
No.
this light, too. So.
That was
All
after
right.
the break.
All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we still got the Gyrie left and other little stuff. So, yeah, cool. Bye.
Adam's
Great way to sell it. Great way
You
to
like
sell it.
that? And some other stupid shit.
That shit crack.
Hey, Tech, you ever have that conversation with your girl about where to eat dinner and it always turns into that back and forth? I don't know, you pick.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got an answer for you next time that comes up.
Oh, yeah? Where at?
The Salty Fox in Melbourne off of Old Galley Boulevard.
Oh, nice. You know, I've actually been there, and the food was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, it was. They offer a great selection of paninis, shareable appetizers, soups and salads, and one of the best desserts I've ever had, the Funky Monkey.
Oh, yeah, my favorite was the vintage options. They got this meal called ramen noodle on crack. You just got to try it out.
Done. That's definitely what I'm getting next time.
Put the fun between your legs at the Salty Fox every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with the Old Galley Arts District Bike Crawl.
It's a 4-mile bicycle ride down Pineapple Avenue with stops for food and beer all along the route. Be sure to visit the Salty Fox every Sunday for brunch from 11 to 4.
Hey, isn't that the $10 bottomless mimosas brunch?
Sure is. Enjoy your brunch while the Salty Fox's DJ spins throwbacks and top 40 hits.
Salty Fox is located in the downtown Old Galley Art District on Old Galley Boulevard.
Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/saltyfoxmelbourne or online at thesaltyfox.net.
Hey listeners, be sure to mention you heard about the Salty Fox on our show, and you'll get 10% off your meals.
Bang the bus. DJ Kill.
You have
said
really
that?
cute temples.
Oh, thank you.
Have you guys ever fucked on the show?
Why do you
And
think Jay
on that
laughed?
note, welcome back to Living Vicariously. You got to leave that in.
Hell yeah. Leave it to Ray. You always have the best one-liner drops in our show.
I haven't
swear
listened
to God.
to every episode, but I feel like at least you guys would start making out. At least.
This is why in the beginning of Gallows Humor Podcast, he always has those one-liners of the episode.
Yeah.
Like, I love that segment. It's awesome. Your intro.
That was the only good part where I take I
You
take
just
a
take
bunch
the
of
best
stuff
part.
I take stuff out of context and put it at the beginning. That was my favorite part too.
Something
first,
about
like,
shoving
30
a
seconds.
shoving a soft dick or something like that was in one of them. I thought that was funny.
That's awesome. A whole no context.
You still have all those shows published, right? They're still all up to be able to go
I
listen to old shows?
Don't know if you can still listen to them, to be honest.
Huh,
You might be
okay.
able to. My Libsyn thingamajig ran out, and I never renewed it, so I don't know if...
Ooh.
Can you still listen to it if you're...
Probably
look.
depends on where you've published it. If it's just Libsyn, then probably not.
Probably not,
Who's
yeah.
Mo?
I think you got to pay like $5 or $7
It's $5
just to
just
keep
to keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it published.
I
Tank
need
Funny
to
was that way
switch
for a
it.
year or so.
I got a new debit card, and I never switched the debit cards after I stopped putting the episodes up. But I had the $30 one, so I'm like, why am I paying $30 if I'm not putting up new episodes?
Yeah, it says episode not available.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're still there. You can read stuff.
Yeah.
You just can't listen
Won't
to
play
them. Yeah, the MP3s are done. All right, so since it is our Halloween episode, let's talk a little Halloween stuff.
Okay.
So,
Pumpkins?
no, let's
Sure.
talk scary
Ghosts?
movies. Scary movies. We talked about this a little bit in the break, and it makes for really good conversation during the actual show.
Remember last year when we told scary stories? We had the campfire
Yes.
going?
That was freaking
That was
awesome.
fun.
I
That was a
really
nightmare,
tried to
though.
find another story, but I
you
couldn't
guys
top
got in a
it.
big argument that night.
Well,
We
it's
did?
there's
Well, it
like
wasn't a big argument.
700 sound clips you can pick off of YouTube that are scary, like campfire sounds. Every one of them, if it had something in it that either Andrea didn't like or you didn't like.
No,
I
all
hear a
we
bird.
wanted-
We don't want birds.
Yeah,
Change it
all
to the
we
other one.
wanted was a campfire sound, and you kept pulling up like those old
Wolves
sound,
howling.
yeah, and the chains rattling and the witch cackling. We're like, no, just a campfire noise. That's all we want.
I don't remember that at all. It
and
seemed
you were
like
getting
it was
like
perfect.
pissed. You were getting pissed off.
No, it was a perfect
she
night.
was.
It went smooth. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, exactly. The listeners never heard that, though.
Oh, that's true. They didn't.
No, that was cut out. So
He's
all right.
been giving me something in my drink ever since then, though. But I mean, he's been a complete angel. I don't know what you're talking about.
So scary movies.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I guess not necessarily just Halloween scary movies, but what are other scary horror type movies?
Well, see, I
that
don't
you guys
find
enjoy?
horror movies scary. Like, when's the last time? I don't know if we talked about this before on this show. I've talked about it on Tape Funny before, but I've never talked about it on this show. I don't think. Is like, when's the last time you watched a scary movie, quote scary movie, and you're afraid to go to the bathroom alone? Like, the last one for me was actually Blair Witch. I don't know if you guys
Oh yeah,
like that was the
new
last one
one
for me. What do you mean the new one?
there's a new one.
They remade it. There's a
Again?
part 2, and then there's a remake.
No, this is one that I don't know about a
It
remake.
came out like
but
2-3 years ago.
no, I don't remember that.
Apparently, it did.
This is the one, the original one that
It
came
wasn't
out.
very good, I guess.
It came out like in the late
It
90s
wasn't
or whatever.
terrible.
Yeah,
the
that's the
original
original.
Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And that
one
was
that
it
was
for
the
me.
true story.
Yeah,
Yes,
the quote.
yes.
true-
Yes,
true
and
story.
Santa Claus exists.
Yeah.
He does.
Ray, she doesn't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I said Santa Claus exists. What?
Yeah.
But that was the one, like, I don't like these scary movies now because all they do is do these cheap jump scares.
Jump scares, yeah.
And that's
I hate
ridiculous.
jump
I want the
scares.
creep factor, like, shot up to 11. That's what I want. And it's just, you don't get
Yeah,
that
but that's
anymore.
hard, and that's
Well, Korean, like, horror movies seem to do a really good
Yeah,
job of that.
those creepy. I
Yeah.
have nightmares forever and ever.
I have to tell
American
this.
horror movies are all the same thing.
Yeah,
They're
it's the
a
same
shitty
shit.
version of a Korean fucking movie.
I'm going to give John Sweeney a little bit of a plug with Podcast Radio Network real quick. He posts a lot of funny memes. Like he runs another Facebook channel. This is not talking about movies at all, but you said Korean, so that reminded me of this. 50. Did you know? This is where I stole this from John. So
Okay.
if you don't laugh, it's his fault. Did you know that 50% of North Korean men have cataracts?
I did see this.
The other
post.
50% have rinkins.
Yeah, that took me a second.
Sorry.
It took me a second, and then I was like, "What?" And I was like,
I know it.
"Oh, I get it."
Oh, racism. Sorry.
I feel like I could say the
Racism
N
is
word
fun.
after.
What does that have to do with Halloween?
And I would be the less
Nothing.
racist one.
I premised it. I said it has nothing to do.
Spooky again.
All right, back to the scary movies. Back to scary movies.
So to answer your question, to me, yes. There was one movie that I watched, and it was probably 96, 97, somewhere in that time frame. When it first came out, I watched it. And I was driving home from my buddy's house at the time, and I thought I saw something that was from the movie in the road. It was just my imagination playing games with me. But it's a movie that includes two things. My favorite genre, sci-fi, and horror. And it's Event Horizon. Fucking great flick. You know, the premise
I thought you were
behind
going
that
to say Alien, but all right.
No, Alien's good. I mean, I love Alien, but that's Alien is probably your best thriller, I think.
It's more
horror,
of a suspense
horror
thriller.
Yeah. That Event Horizon was intellectually scary. If you pay attention to the story, it was creepy. The ship goes to another dimension and then comes back possessed. The entire ship does.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Sinister.
Sinister.
What is Sinister?
Now, see, we confuse a lot. Well, I say we from the old podcast. You got Sinister, you got Insidious, and then you got The Conjuring, and they all confuse. I'm confused.
They're all
on
the
which
same.
is which.
In my head, they're all the same movie.
Yeah, like I get
they're
confused.
all the same.
Insidious
A couple
were really good.
buys a very attractive couple buys a house, and then there's something haunted, and then shit starts happening in the house. And then it's normal for the first 20 minutes, and then little by little things start fucking something will happen. And
yeah. So which one is that one?
Sinister is the one with the little kids, and it would move from place to place.
Little kids would move from place to place.
Like they would kill their family, and then
Okay.
a new family would move in, and they would move, and the ghost would follow them, and then kill them there, and live in that house.
Oh,
But it's
wow.
really
Ghosts are usually attached
Bucky.
to houses, right?
So this was like the dude found an old 35mm film reel in the attic with a bunch
Okay.
of fucked up homemade videos. All these videos were of whole families getting slaughtered.
by their child.
And then at the end of the movie you find out that it's because this demon will possess the youngest child in the house, and that child will, and it's all in fucked up ways. Like one kid used the branch of a tree to hang all 5 of his family members. But as
I
a
do remember
counterweight.
this one. I
Yeah,
remember this
and
one.
it was
now.
Insidious, Sinister, and what was the other one?
This
Conjuring.
is
The Conjuring?
Sinister. These are all 3 horror movies that were highly rated that
Oh,
came
I'll have
out
to
around
watch
the
it.
same
I haven't
time.
seen any of those 3. Hey, calm down, buddy.
He got scared.
there had to have been a really.
We need to do a Ouija board on the episode.
No.
I want to, but she
no.
won't. She won't do it.
No, I don't mess with stuff
We
like
tried
that.
to do that last year.
Don't
if you
even.
remember?
I don't want to bring that into my house. You
Right.
guys do that
She
somewhere
doesn't want
else and don't even
I have
come
one
in
in the
contact
garage.
me.
Do you really?
Then
Yeah.
we are gonna burn it, or just get rid
Doesn't
of
that
it.
release the demons from the
No,
Ouija board?
don't touch it.
All right, I guess we're not
So-
doing the Ouija board tag.
I know we tried to do it last year. Remember?
Can we do a ganja board?
86'd it.
I'm not bringing that stuff in here. No demon calling.
I've never done it.
Alright.
I really do want to do it.
If
though.
you believe in it or not, there's no sense in even trying. Because if it is here and you don't believe, then you just fucked yourself.
What if
you
we
don't
went?
know what you're doing.
What if we went somewhere else and did it, like a graveyard?
It can follow you back.
Oh my god,
Graveyard.
let's do that. Well, we just fucked up our entire episode. We
You
should be
can't
recording
come
this
home.
from the graveyard.
You can't come back home.
Damn it.
I would.
You're not bringing that stuff home.
We're done. See ya.
Would you guys actually
I
sit
quit.
in a graveyard and record
Yes.
Yes,
cards? I would
100%.
not.
Yes.
What? Why?
I'm too. That's
Because
Where will you sit?
mosquitoes,
Where will
Why?
you
Because
sit?
Santa Claus is real?
mosquitoes, lizards, snakes.
it's still creepy.
Okay, that
Mosquitoes,
does scare me
no-see-ums,
more than any kind of
mosquitoes.
demon or ghost.
yeah,
but-
yeah, that does suck. But guess what? They've got off.
Ray, have you
'Cause
ever
that works.
experienced
Yeah.
a
No.
graveyard in the middle of the night?
A
What?
what?
Have you ever been to a cemetery in the middle of the night?
Yeah, and it's fucking scary. There's a cemetery on US 1 next to a furniture store or
I would-
something.
Yep.
Yeah,
With
it's on US 1.
Really old graves, and they're like those graves that are
love
like
that.
On US
cement,
1.
like the it's just cement on the ground, and they're like cracks in it, and you can see through it, and you could see the bones of the person.
What?
No
What?
way.
I swear to
Where
God.
is this at? The one over by the tower in Cocoa?
Let's go.
That's
No,
just
no.
because
It's
the
in
part
Melbourne.
of town
Let's
is
go.
Oh,
right
in
now.
Melbourne.
Oh, I'm
Mobile
thinking
show.
in Cocoa. I'm like, that's the
Why
part of
did I
town.
think
That's
Cocoa
Wait a minute.
too?
So
scary.
hold on. You
that
could
the-
really shine the light down in there and see the bones?
Yes, there's a lot of them that they're like cracked, And there's pieces missing, and you could look through.
I
And
wanna
there's
go.
one that
Irrelevant.
you can see down, and you can.
We
see
don't have to go at
bones.
night, but let's go sometime.
Irrelevant of these stories for tonight's show. That'd be a really cool thing just to go do.
Yeah.
Is
We
that
don't have to
the
go at
one
night.
where-
We can go during the day. I don't give a
I
shit.
thought,
Let's do
I
it at
thought
night, see the
everybody
bones.
knew about this cemetery, though. Well, you guys live up.
Is that the
You're
one
not
by
that
the
far.
hood?
No, it's up by.
Masterson?
Is that the big one you see on US
Yeah, it's by
1?
Masterson.
By the big orange?
It's
So
by
you could get
Masterson.
shot while
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah, that was golden crazy.
That's what I'm scared of.
And then they stuff your bones down the
I'm
cracks.
not scared of the ghosts. I'm scared of me walking around in the dark in a graveyard and
We don't
getting
have
shot.
to go at night. We can go at like noon.
If it's in this bad part of town, it doesn't matter what time of
Yeah,
day
but
it
you
is.
could
Well,
just
how
go
about we
see
just
Ricky.
go at
He lives
noon?
over there.
Yeah, Ricky lives over
He'll
there.
protect
really?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a 9mm. I'll bring it. How's that?
They're skeletons. What are
Use
they going to do
it.
to you?
Especially if they start to attack you. Do you think a 9mm is really going to help, buddy?
What's gonna attack me?
I'll bring a
The
baguette.
skeletons.
A skeleton? Did we not learn anything from Scary Movie?
So the only things that are going to attack you really there are going to either be horrific zombies coming up out of the ground or bugs.
that'll
And neither
happen.
one of them a gun's going to help you with, buddy.
So the Grudge was the one that got me.
Yeah, me too.
segue.
Me
Good
too,
segue.
for sure.
I grew up certain time I was really young when you shouldn't watch scary movies. I watched every single scary movie, never scared me. I was good, watched every bit of it. When I saw The Grudge, had nightmares, and from this day I close my eyes and watch Adam when we're watching scary movies and like, what's happening?
I
'Cause
get
I don't
really-
want the images in my head.
I get really expressive in my face when I get scared. So she'll read what I'm seeing based on my expressions, and she'll know not to
I
look.
don't want those images like The Grudge. I still can't get out of my head.
Was the
my
Grudge?
nightmares.
Was
Ugh.
that the one where like the attractive couple buys a house and then like shit starts happening? Or no, that's the one with the little girl,
No, it's a
I
little
don't. It was
Asian boy.
that thing
This
that's
one's in
like.
Japan.
A little Asian boy.
Asian boy.
All the
We scream like a
Asian
cat.
You just got Ray's attention, Asian boy.
My dick got hard now. It's an Asian. I don't know. I feel like I saw The Grudge, but I don't remember one with an Asian boy.
It
He was
made
blue.
the weird guttural throat noise.
What was the
It had
That noise.
it had what's her name in it?
No.
Andrea just pulled her headphones straight
And
off.
so
the
did
studio.
Jay. Jay just turned it down because it sounds like somebody
was he
doing
like
the fry.
haunting? Was he haunting a house?
Yeah.
It turned out it was just a
You can put 'em back on.
Kardashian.
Put them back on, baby. It's fine.
But
About-
like, they did all kinds of like really specific things that they made scary.
It had
Like
Sarah Michelle Gellar in it.
like at the beginning, like the first scary thing that happens is there's a person laying on like a bed, and they're staring at the far corner, like up by the ceiling, like this.
Right.
And it just gets darker and darker, and then like this crazy ghost thing comes out of it. And there's things like you can't avoid, like they come out from underneath the sheets.
It's very Japanese.
But it's all
Yeah.
things like you can't avoid in your day to day lives, like washing her hair and a hand comes out of the back of her head.
Oh, I remember that.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
scary.
There's a movie. So there's a movie that you can play a prank with. And I said this story last. I think I told this story. Actually, I told this story when we used to do this podcast back in the day with Ron. So this story might have been erased. There's a story, or excuse me, there's a movie that you can put on, and you can trap someone with this movie. Man or woman, doesn't matter, but the person needs to have a desire to see an empowering story about women in general. This story starts off, and I'll tell you the name of the movie in just a minute, but the story starts off with a woman whose fiance or husband or something and child died. So she's going through a major loss, and her girlfriends all get together to help her recover out of the slump that she's in.
Yeah.
And it's at the beginning, probably for the first like 20, 25 minutes of the movie, it's the story of her friends getting her to come do something and have an outing and have an adventure and just, rebond with her girlfriends. So that's what the movie starts off. However, they make the decision to go spelunking. Spelunking is cave diving or cave dwelling or
Gotcha.
whatever you call it. The movie takes an unbelievable scary twist when they go down into these caves that are unmarked, so nobody knows where they are because they're going into unmarked caves. And then the next 45 minutes of the movie are a pure survival movie of trying to get away from these creatures. And I call them they're like fucking demons. They look like Voldemort meets any haunted house in the world from Harry Potter. Voldemort, the
I gotcha.
face with no nose, basically.
Yeah.
It's called The Descent. That's the name of
I've
the movie.
heard of this,
it.
but I haven't seen it.
I never
Movies,
saw it.
it is intense.
Oh
Isn't
my
that old?
god. A little bit. It's probably 2000.
90s? Oh.
Yeah, it's probably 2000s.
2005?
Yeah, maybe.
6?
Well, with my ex, I had our daughters watched that movie, and they loved it. They love scary movies. They trapped one of their girlfriends to come over and watch it, and they wanted to say it was one of these types of movies. And there's one very, very specific scene where you're watching the movie through this girl's, I don't know what you get, night vision camera or some shit like that. And then you see the thing that gets scary. It was so scary to this teenage girl, she straight farted while laying down on the floor. And understand what that means to a teenage girl. That's like the worst thing you could possibly do. But she scream farted, and it was the funniest moment of my horror movie watching lives. You're so beautiful.
It scared the shit out of her.
It did. It scared. Watch it. Descent. It was great. It made my fucking night. I thought it was hilarious.
Horrible. That is so sad.
She wouldn't watch the rest of the movie. I don't know if she was embarrassed or if
sure.
I screamed like a girl during Paranormal Activity 3.
Paranormal Activity. So I watched the first one of those.
I liked those. I liked them.
They were good.
So
I liked them.
It was weird, and they rely heavily on jump scare. They rely heavily on jump scares, as Ray was pointing out.
Well,
but so
sort of.
the the climactic scene of this movie, they're at grandma's house. You ever been to an old person's house? There's shit everywhere.
That's us.
That's us. That's our house. Wait a minute.
So the movie is filmed from first-person camera view, walking through a dark old lady's house, and
an old black woman.
Edit
that out. Edit that out.
Old lady out. I saw what you were doing there.
Yeah. An old lady's house that is dark.
All your fans are gonna be like, nope, that guy's not gonna be the fourth.
So every time the camera changes angle, there's another inanimate object in the fucking way. So it's like an exponential buildup of tension and tension and tension, and then all of a sudden this innocuous thing, like he opens the door and old lady's in your face. And at that point, I couldn't hold it anymore, and I was like, ah! In the movie theater.
That reminds me, like, I think I told the story on the show, but when I went and saw Blair Witch in the theaters, like, first of all, that was like the funnest movie going experience I've ever had. Because first of all, there was a lot of hype about it. If you guys remember when it came out,
absolutely.
So when I went, it was completely packed out. The theater was completely packed out. It was like standing room only, and during the movie, there's another intense scene, and everybody's just like on the edge of their seats, and then somebody had dropped a soda. It was like totally dead silent. Somebody dropped a soda. The whole audience went ah! Okay. And then everybody started laughing like holy shit, like that's fucked up. And then fast forward about a half hour later, another very intense scene, very quiet. And then I think somebody just was fucking with everybody that time, because all of a sudden there's a big loud bang on the back door. Then we go bang, and everybody goes ah, and then you hear one guy go fucker.
That one guy was Tack.
No, it was hilarious. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had that guy, but he was comic relief guy.
Yeah.
This guy through the whole movie was dropping just savage one-liners, and like at the end of the movie, big climactic moment. The demon's name is Toby, and this little girl looks over at the demon, who you can't see because it's invisible, and says, "Come on, Toby!" And this guy just is like, "Fuck Toby!" The entire theater, nobody was mad. Everybody lost their shit. Like this whole crowd of people who was all shouting together at jump scares was laughing at this guy. It was hilarious.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look. I want to watch Insidious or whatever it was.
Sinister.
Well, if you haven't seen any of them, you got to see The Conjuring also. You have to.
Well, it sounds like I'll miss the whole thing because my hands will be over my eyes for the whole thing.
Just put your head under the blanket the whole time, baby. We'll just...
Oh, that's
well, what is she going to do for? Then she won't be able to do anything.
3 full movies worth.
What if I get bored? What could I do under the cover so I wouldn't get bored?
Let's think.
For 4.5 hours.
For 4.5 hours.
What is
sleep?
What the heck?
What was that?
That was loud.
That wasn't the dog.
One.
The dog's
what
right
the fuck
here.
is going on in here?
Hold on.
I thought you didn't have any hurricane damage. What the fuck?
Are you
going to check it out?
Now.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
It sounded like something fell down.
Yeah, it did.
You know what else got me was The Ring.
Oh,
That was
I remember watching
That was another one. It wasn't even a
I never
particularly
liked that one.
deep
It wasn't
movie.
very good.
It
like the
scared
ring.
me though.
I like The Ring.
It still had that
it got
creepy.
to me. Yeah.
That fucking well. Oh,
Has anybody heard of Triangle?
triangle. What's up?
I think this picture fell.
What? You
A
think what?
picture fell? What picture?
A picture, like a photograph.
Look at this photograph.
What is?
Stephanie just about snorted her coke. All right, what happened?
She just snorted coke.
This picture.
Yeah, I heard it.
There's a. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. Look at this.
Stephanie's doing coke.
That's our picture.
It just, I guess that on the cat's back sitting down. That was like on the ground.
The nail just gave out.
I don't know. I didn't look. I
Do you
just saw
guys
it.
use nails
here it
or
is.
push pins? Because you shouldn't hang pictures up with push pins.
No, it's a bad idea.
I
We
learned-
do
I learned
both.
that.
I usually use nails, but we have some push
Depends
pins
on how
around here.
heavy it is.
But look how it's like cracked. I found that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's.
It's just one single crack.
I know.
That's a.
But
bit
look where it is.
Why
though.
would a picture of us fall on the floor? The crack of through us.
Well, who else is it going to be of? Me and Josh?
But what does that mean?
That's a
We're
valid
in
point.
your house.
But what does that mean?
What?
What does
The
it
crack?
mean that there's a crack through us?
I don't know. I just thought it was.
Usually
I'm not
when
trying to say
picture
anything
hit
of
the
it. I'm
floor-
just saying. It's
Usually when
interesting.
pictures fall on the ground, they crack because the
I know.
glass is.
I just thought it was funny,
not
Andrea. I wasn't trying to say. That,
Why
like,
is that funny?
Look, this
I-
crack goes right
That's
through.
not funny.
Right through our
That's
necks.
not funny.
All right,
Oh,
That's
all right.
scary.
do we need to
okay.
take a break or something?
Gee,
Good.
guys.
Andrea, I was just.
Seriously.
I don't.
No,
it's nothing.
look.
It's not anything.
Th- We're sitting here talking about horror movies, and this is exactly what happens in a horror movie.
I gotcha.
So you
No,
just,
really.
Andrew, you just have to remember, if it's a ghost, you're fine. It's
But
demons you got to worry about.
That's a good point.
Okay, you're not helping.
But
See,
this
now-
is a picture of us.
We
I
might
mean,
be in a horror movie.
Now
Young,
we should
attractive
go-
couple moves into a house.
all right.
Shit starts happening.
if you get up and say you'll be right back, I'm really gonna freak out.
I just need to go outside for something. Is that? See, we should go get the Ouija board just to figure out if there is something. going
No,
on
she
here.
definitely.
No.
Why is the crack through our necks?
Okay, you're not helping either.
'Cause
I
your necks
just
are
thought
in
it
the
was
middle
fun,
of the
interesting.
picture.
I will not say.
How
I
is
wasn't
that
saying-
funny and interesting,
I
Tag?
just-
Seriously, no. This is
All
scary.
right. I gotcha.
No, we need
it's
to take
not
a break.
sca- there's
No, let's
no-
take a break. This is no.
All right, I'll go check out the wall. I guess
The nail. I didn't look and see the nail like fell out. I didn't look. So
Andrea, you want me to go nail you upstairs? Is that?
Seriously, Adam.
Just make sure there's
All
no
right.
Come
ghosts.
on.
Andrea,
She's
the wall
serious, she's
behind
serious,
you
but
is
she's
bleeding.
really scared.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's.
All right, let's
There's.
take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll be right back after some DJ Galuga.
First thing first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole world feel it. Let them feel it. And I'm still in the murder business. I can hold you down like I'm giving lessons in physics. Right. You want a bad bitch like this? Drop it low and pick it up just like this. Yeah. Cup of Ace, cup of Goose, cup of Chris. High heels, something worth a half a ticket on my wrist. On my wrist. Taking all the liquor straight, never chase that.
Hey, remember we had that listener event?
Yeah, our first ever listener event from Living Podcariously.
Yeah, 7/7/7, July 7th.
Giant success. In fact, we just gave Keith with the Children's Hunger Project his money from that event that we raised.
Indeed, we did. Hey, what was that beer that was donated for the event?
That was from Bug Nutty Brewery. That was called the Nutty Idiot. It was a medium-bodied lager. I don't remember the ingredients that they had in it, but man, it was good. We served 300 pours, all 300 possible pours that we could have out of their donation. We served very, very quickly that night.
Yeah, it had like an Asian flavor to it or something. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was interesting. It was cool, though. I loved it.
I think a little bit of a sesame flavor.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get that ingredient list from him, but yeah, that was really, really good. Our boy Ray Brito also does comedy up there every third Thursday at Bug Nutty Brewery here on Merritt Island. He does the third Thursday comedy night up there.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
It's a really cool list. It's every time I've been up there, it's amazing comics.
Nice.
Andrea, did you try the beer that night?
Oh yes, it was wonderful.
She's not a beer drinker, can you tell?
Don't say it like that.
I wasn't standing at the game all night. I had plenty of time to drink beer.
Yeah, John and the guys over at Bug Nutty certainly hooked us up. So we want to send all of our listeners, if you're looking for a good micro brew, especially in Brevard County, there's a lot of them out there, and Bug Nutty is by far one of the best.
They are located at 715 North Courtney Parkway, Merritt Island. Give them a call at 321-452-4460 or email them at manager@bugnutty.com.
Peering into the inner thoughts and expressions of men. Women send in questions to show@livingpodcariously.com for Adam, Tack, and Jay to give brutal, honest admissions. We call this the Guyry. Guyry? Really? Hey, Tack, is that the best name we could come up with?
Yeah, just go with it.
Aw, I think it's adorable.
Can we man up the music a little bit or something?
I got you, buddy.
All right, so we have our Guyry questions. That shot of tequila really helped. It's just a picture, but I'm still really freaked out. So we're going to do these questions.
The nail was fine. It was still
If
on.
something else happens, though, I'm serious, guys. I mean, all right. But anyway, all right, so we have our questions.
Okay.
So our first question comes from Janet. What is your favorite kind of Halloween costume on girls?
Slutty, insert name here.
No. All right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
basically.
Yeah,
Unless it's our daughter. That's different.
that's different.
Yeah, then it needs to be cute, not slutty.
You're not helping. What is slutty?
Short skirts, a low-cut top.
More
What
skin.
if the girl gets creative and makes a costume?
Body paint. That's always a good costume.
I don't know how. I mean, I know it's overplayed, but you got that, whole
Sailor Moon.
No. The Harley Quinn look is
Harley
Oh.
Quinn.
hot. I mean,
Jeez.
it's overdone, but I got you. But it's hot.
I don't know, Andrea. What's the right answer?
Creative.
I like
No,
anything that-
This is a Guyry, so I'm just like...
Anything that ties into your man's
Makes sense.
favorite characters from either comic books or comic book movies or...
Ooh, Princess Leia and the.
So there you go.
See, there it is.
Tack would love a Princess Leia outfit on a girl.
Yeah.
I
I mean, like the gold bikini.
a
Not
Tomb
the,
Raider costume is cool, I think. I mean, played, yes, it's been done a lot, but it's still a cool costume if it's done right. There for a while, the chick from Matrix, the leather suit.
Keanu Reeves.
Famous.
Trinity.
Trinity, thank you, yeah. That one was famous for a while.
I have to say the opposite of everything you guys are saying.
Okay.
Like it's just so like cliche, the whole slutty insert whatever
Yeah.
as far as girl costumes go, and because we've done a couple, we had one last night.
Yep.
The-
Sorry we missed it.
So the winning costume, the ones that I couldn't give them all the prizes because they were too good.
Yeah.
Two people, Dave and Jordan, they showed up as Zelda and Link,
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
not like we fashioned these Zelda and Link costumes. They were Zelda and Link. They were perfect costumes.
Nice.
And played the characters and everything.
No.
Oh.
Dave
I mean,
for a while.
Dave did. He held he
No.
held the Hyrule
Crazy.
Shield the whole night. He never put it down. But then, and last year, Steph and I did a couple's costume. I was the dude, but she was Walter.
From
Breaking Bad?
Breaking
Breaking
Bad?
Bad?
The
No.
Big Lebowski.
Oh, the big...
The gun-toting guy
the
who never
dude.
actually
Oh.
fought in Vietnam.
Yeah, the dude.
Yeah, I was the dude.
I dressed slutty one year.
Yeah.
I one time went to a costume party. I was dressed as a prison bitch. So I got like one of those cheap like prison outfits, but I cut it up. So I had like these really short shorts, and then I had like a half shirt. And
You
I
liked it too, didn't you?
fucking loved it.
It's weird
And
that
then,
you don't have a girlfriend.
I know. And I think I even tied it in the front or whatever. And then I wore like a bandana with like the tie in the front. And I had like a cigarette and lighter sticking up inside of it.
Nice.
Did you
And
have
then
like
I also
smeared
had
lipstick?
No, but that would have been good. And then I wore like my flight deck boots that I had in the Navy, along with like these thigh-high stockings. And I didn't know there was a costume contest at this party.
Oh, no, you
I did
won it?
win. I won. But I also played the character like all night long. That's why I was like,
You fuck
I
guys
walked in.
all
No, he let them
sucked
fuck him.
all night long. I walked in and and there was this party was like mostly like black people. Not that that matters anything, but I walked in soon as I walked in the door, there was these 3 black women standing right there, and I walked in and just owning the shit because I didn't know a lot of these people. So I was like, "Fuck it." So I walked in, and they were like looking at me, laughing. I was like, "Don't act like you don't like this shit, bitch." You know, I was just like, whatever. You know.
Yes.
I just acted all night long. And then, of course, afterwards, we all went out to eat. And it wasn't quite Halloween yet. It was still like almost a week away. And so we all were like, hey, let's go to Denny's, And everybody else has normal.
No, but see, that's normal at Denny's, though. Denny's at middle of the night, you expect to see some stupid shit like that.
But, of course, this was also homecoming night. So there was a lot of high school kids out. And I was just like, oh, fuck. I had to go through these crowds of people, just be like, it's Halloween. I don't normally dress this way. And people are just looking.
Should have owned it through those crowds, too.
I
what are you looking at?
Yeah.
So you can check out our Facebook and Instagram here in a couple of days. We're definitely going to have a picture of that.
Yeah, tack.
Oh, that's on Facebook. It's on Facebook.
Is it really?
Yeah, dig deep. Time suck it.
All right, we'll have to do that.
Sorry, Andrea. Go ahead.
All right, number 2 is from Josie in Florida. What are some things girls say/do that piss you off?
Everything.
I don't like it when they're like judgmental about a lot of stuff or very judgy about things. And
this is hard to specifically identify for a woman to say, because there are things that the same thing we could say like that would be the same thing a guy would say that would also piss us off. So predominantly female, though?
Ask dumb questions.
There are no questions that are dumb.
Only stupid people.
I would say indecisiveness, but again, that really...
Anything we say can go for a man, too, but...
Damn modern times when everything applies
Talk about her period. I don't know what you want me to say, Adam.
I guess it's just what do girls do that piss you off personally?
Yeah, that's me. It's cynicism and
I wasn't busting you out individually.
I know.
Just trying to find period is a good reason not to have sex.
What? Oh.
Some guys think that too, though.
Some guys
not
do
all.
think that.
Adam will have sex with me on my period.
That's an Adam problem.
I
not
know.
No, it's an Andrea problem. Actually.
Every guy wants to have sex with a girl on her period.
I just want to have sex all the time. Best way to have a baby.
Just call me when Adam won't do it. I'll do it.
Can we have sex right now, Adam?
It's gonna jump
You're
on
not on your
grenade
period
for
right
you.
now.
Well, can we have sex right now?
You sure?
All right.
On the show?
It's
all right,
happening.
Let's do it.
Finally.
Called it. Do you guys have sex on your period? On her period?
We have before. We don't usually.
She doesn't like. You don't like it, right?
I don't think she
No,
cares.
she doesn't
I don't think
care.
she cares. It's more me. Yeah. It's
more you.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get, right?
You don't care.
What? That's not.
I'd give it up for anything.
Hang on a minute. That is not unusual. A guy to not prefer to have sex
can
during
we
a period.
go ahead and
go
do it
down
to
on a girl
hands?
when she's on her period, but
Sure.
I'll fuck a girl
Right.
like
My
So,
heart and legs
Josh,
are wide
2 weeks
open
after
for
she's
Adam.
dead. I'll fucking.
We have sex with a girl.
Jesus Christ.
You don't care. Like, isn't it like the first couple days of your period are like really heavy?
My period's done in 3 days.
Yeah, hers are quick, short.
Why
Are they
we talking
ever
about my
heavy?
period?
I don't know.
That's what
Stephanie.
showers are for.
I guess it is the guy or
Yeah, see,
this isn't the girl. Wait,
I am perfectly fine having sex with a girl on her period
What?
in the shower. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
That's what
wait,
showers are
but
for.
not me.
No, baby, no.
Anyone but Andrea,
what I
I would
said.
totally do it.
All right, yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
your blood specifically he doesn't like.
I guess so. It is a positive.
What was the question?
So the question was, what do girls say or do that pisses off us as guys? And it's hard to, for me, I know Tack can differentiate. It's hard for me to really find the thing that a female could do that would piss me off. Because everything I can think of, like, for example, being overdramatic, guess what? That goes both ways too. Guys can easily be overdramatic and piss off the girls. So I'm trying to think of something that's predominantly or stereotypically usually a female.
Periods.
That's why we brought
Bleeding out of their
The
pussies.
only-
Yeah, bleeding from their pussies.
Yeah, that pisses
It's
us off.
annoying as hell.
It is annoying.
What the? I don't know. I don't not cook enough.
That could be go both
Well,
ways.
then cook
everybody.
more,
Oh,
Adam.
wait. I don't know. I can't. I don't know a good one
All
to
right,
how to
we'll
answer
just
that.
move on to Elizabeth.
Sorry, Josie.
What qualities are super unattractive in girls?
That's the same
Almost
fucking
as vague.
question.
That's
Stupid
why I was
fucking
just
questions.
moving on.
What kind of insecure women fucking listen to your show? What costume should I use
Wait,
or
did
wear?
they say qualities? Is that the what qualities
Yeah,
are
repeat it.
unattractive?
What qualities are unattractive?
Cynicism and being
pooping?
judgy.
Yes.
Shitting with the door open is not sexy.
Seconded.
I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but I feel like I have to say that.
Yeah, that's certainly a good one. Qualities. Being too forward, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I think no.
Too forward is fantastic.
No.
There are times you don't fucking waste time with someone who's too forward.
You'll bang a whore, but you don't want to marry a whore.
No.
Is this like the?
I don't want to marry anybody.
The too honest thing from like last week.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah, being too forward. So, like, for example, I've had an ex of mine that I brought in front of my parents, and that whole first encounter with my parents, it was every bad word you can think of. Now, I'm not opposed to any bad word. However, not on a first meeting. So that level of being too forward, being too comfortable with somebody.
Is that what you mean by being too forward?
Absolutely. Well, that's one of the examples I'm going to use, yes.
Oh, I took
I don't think I've ever cursed in front of your
took that
parents.
as like assertiveness.
No, it's not you, babe. You're not my ex, by the way.
Like her wanting a baby or to get married.
Yeah.
I took it as like, hey, I really want to suck your dick right now. Like that.
I do his mom's hair, so I tell her more than I tell him. I'm her hairdresser.
She knows all about your dick.
Just a different relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Your mom knows way too much about your dick.
No, I said it. No, wait. What's going on?
You talk to my mother about my dick?
No.
That'd be weird.
Absolutely not.
Strangest Thanksgiving ever.
Wink, wink.
I talk about what I want. No. That is a client-patient privilege.
Client-patient. Okay.
Wait, client. Wait. No, I don't know.
Client
Being
cosmetologist.
too forward is unsexy, though. It's unsexy.
Are you talking about sexually forward?
I think it's...
In general, to me.
Well, I'm talking in general, yeah, but sexually especially if you don't know each other.
But if you're in... So, Tack, hang on. Let's preface this.
I think
if you're
it's
in the
sexy
room,
for a girl to value her chastity a little bit. Not want to fuck me like right off the bat. Of course I want her to fuck me right off the bat, but I don't want her to fuck me right off the bat.
Dignity is sexy.
Absolutely. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Also, I'm not attractive enough for someone to just walk up after just seeing me across the room like,
Exactly.
I want to suck your dick right now. Something's up.
Oh,
with
I
that.
disagree.
Stop.
I disagree.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I told
Any
you
girl
the
that
first
comes
day
up
I
to
met
me
you.
and is like, I want to fuck
There's
you.
something wrong with
It's like,
This is a trap.
what happened to you?
It's a trap.
Like, what is wrong?
I've been wanting to suck your dick all night, Dan, but that's
Who
just...
did what
yeah, but
to you?
what's not? Yeah.
What's stopping you, Adam?
I was gonna sound too for it.
What else? What was the
Maybe I just like
All
sluts.
right,
I don't know.
Danielle in
next,
Ohio wants to know, what do you pay attention to during sex, if anything?
Not coming.
Kevin
Kevin
Yeah.
Spacey. Kevin
Actually,
Spacey,
I'm the
Kevin
other
Spacey.
way.
Dead puppies. Dead puppies.
Hurry
Dead
up and
puppies.
come. Hurry up and come. Yeah.
Dead puppies?
What?
That would just make me sad.
You know, I think I've told the story before when I was with my ex-girlfriend. Girlfriend. When I was with Holly. I'm going to call her out because I'm the one that did something stupid. We were in the middle of our, having a
Coitus.
session. Yeah. We're...
Is
And for
that
some
what you
reason,
guys called it having a session.
And for some reason, I don't know why I did this, but I was thinking about stuff, and then I said it out loud what I was thinking about.
Oh, dear.
So she's like on top, I'm just kind of laying there, and I don't know. I think we may have been, the TV might have been on or something, and that's what made me think of it. And she must have heard it too, because like just in the middle of fucking, like all of a sudden I go, oh yeah, I got to do laundry.
Oh, that sucks.
And we both just started busting up laughing. Like, it was the funniest fucking thing. And I was like, I don't know. What? When did I
Was
say
it
that? I don't know.
detergent commercial?
No, I don't even remember. But it was so fucking funny.
Was that what you were thinking about?
Apparently.
Weird side effect. Every time he does laundry now, he gets a boner. So he doesn't
So
understand
why is
why.
having sex fun if you're thinking about your chores? You have
Thinking
to do?
about laundry?
The television reminded
don't
him
know.
he needed to do laundry.
Were you specifically trying to like get your
Why
mind
can't you
away
think about what you're
to
doing?
not
I don't
come?
know. I don't know. And I said it. I was like, hey, remind me when we're done. I got to do laundry.
Were you trying to like dirty talk, but instead just say things that turns her on? Like,
Yeah.
when we're done, I'm gonna do the laundry.
Ooh, oh yeah. I would
hit
come
the sweet
instantly.
I'm gonna scrub your toilets.
Oh yes.
And then I'm going to clean the stove.
Oh, yeah.
That just made me come. I want you to come over and do that to me.
Nice.
Okay, then let's move right on.
Did we answer her question? I don't feel like
I don't know.
What do we think about
I don't
during
remember
sex?
the question was.
Oh,
What do you pay attention
What do you pay
to?
attention to?
during
During
sex,
sex.
if anything.
Oh, I try not to pay attention to the tits because then I come immediately. I try to just, I don't know. I just try to not come. That's
that's a real thing. I mean, that's a real thing to think about.
So
Boring.
an easy way to do that is to obviously focus on something else.
It's hard to.
Focus on whether or not she's coming, and then you won't be able to.
That's
Yeah.
the best advice all night.
That's a good point.
I think we can send the diary
magical
right
part
there.
about that is you put in all this work. Once she's
And
done,
he
it's
just
like
won the
Fred
diary.
Flintstone clocking out of work. Just fucking yabba dabba doo down the brontosaurus tail, and you're done.
That's good advice. That's
I
pretty
usually,
rock solid.
when I feel, I'm gonna say this has been with ex-girlfriends because I'm in a relationship right now.
Ex-girlfriend.
When I feel like
Air
I'm gonna
quotes.
come, I stop and then I pull out and I go down on her for a while.
Well, that's a good technique.
And hear me out. I'll come into my boxer shorts. What? While I'm going
You're
down
pulling
on
the
her.
okey doke
And
on
then go
her.
back in.
And then I'll just keep going down on her, and then like I'll get turned on by going down on her, so I just get another boner, go back up like I never came, and then just go for it
Use that
again.
Same method. It's fun.
Wow.
Oh, too
I've only done it
young
like
and
4
dumb and
times,
full of
but those
cum.
4 times, like 25
Wow.
minutes.
Except Ray picked her blouse up by accident. That's all over her shirt.
That's impressive, sir. I'm very
It's a good
impressed.
technique, huh?
I couldn't do it. I don't think I
That's
could.
what they mean by young, dumb, and full of cum, right?
I
I
guess.
mean, that method works if you use condoms as well. You just like while
I
you're
don't-
switching
I
your
don't
shit
like
out.
Condoms.
Switch the
I know
condom
nobody
around.
uses condoms anymore.
I've
It's like the
come
fucking 60s.
twice in the same condom.
There's your soundbite. That's your opening soundbite right there.
I can't be the only one.
Wait, now was it like multiple orgasms?
By the laughing, of course.
Like at the same time, you had 2 in a row, or you went and then just kept fucking and then you went again.
The second one.
I can't tell her I've come. Right? You were guilty. You didn't want to say you came
It's
already.
too early.
Yeah.
I can't stop and switch this out. Just keep going. Fuck it.
I had a girl wanted me to do that after I finished. She was like, "Just keep going." I'm like, "I can't."
Sensitive.
It's like, and then it's like,
Why not?
I'm quoting like one of his episodes. Like it's like trying to push a soft dick. It's like it's just like.
Well, I don't know if I could do that now.
It can
just
still
can't
work
do
with
it,
a
man.
blowjob.
Huh?
Give him a double blowjob.
I've only had that happen to me once
What's
ever.
that?
A double blowjob?
After you get him to come, you just keep going and make him do it again.
Don't let him stop.
I don't understand. Can you?
I
show
usually
me?
have to
Maybe?
stop though for a second. Like
Work.
right
To catch
after I
your breath?
come, I can't. Well, no, like right after I come, I can't have anything touch my dick. It's too sensitive.
Stop it.
You
Like if I'm
think-
getting a blowjob and I come and she keeps sucking, I can't handle it. It's
You
I
just
get
gotta
that.
get over that
I'm like,
like
stop.
threshold, I guess.
no.
Right?
Yeah. I've never been able to do that in my life. Have back-to-back orgasms ever.
How long do you need between?
Minimum of like
Sessions is the word. you're
5-10
looking for.
minutes maybe.
There was
between
not five.
sessions.
Yeah,
no,
in
in that
general.
one, no, yeah, between.
That wasn't any time.
Yeah, no, that was bam, and then she just kept it going. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, you think you can't, but you can.
I don't believe you.
Come here.
All right.
Best mouth hug ever.
Yes,
Absolutely.
mouth hug.
Yes.
All right, number 5. If a girl offers it, would you always sleep with them on the first date?
No.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm single, and I'm just
Well, we've all been single.
I know, but
It depends on what I'm after.
isn't
That's
it
fair.
sex?
What was the question?
If a girl offers it on the first date to have sex, would you always do it?
I guess it
Not
depends
always.
on the girl.
Yeah, it's 100%
I'm
depends
with
on the
him.
girl.
Depends what you're after.
Yeah, I have to agree with Josh. He's right.
Yeah, if I'm begging for some strange, then yeah, of course.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I've just accomplished what I was out to go get. But
If I like her, I'm not going to do it.
What if it was a blind date?
it's irrelevant, really. Well, if it's a blind date, that implies that maybe my friends set it up, perhaps, and I wouldn't, out of premise, not to set a bad example for my group of friends. But if it's somebody that I met just randomly wherever, that's different. And again, like Josh said, it depends on if that's what I'm in the mood for. So my answer is by de facto no. That's not. I wouldn't do it.
So if we want it to last more than a night,
Then
there's
no.
a consideration of more than one night together.
Because how do you know it's not a test to see if you're gonna?
That's a hell of a test.
If your immediate thought is deception, you have a problem trusting women.
I have a problem trusting women. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, if I like her, then I don't know. I feel like if she's obviously down on the first
I thought you were
night,
going to say ovulating.
I don't know that I would like her. I don't know.
So this is pertaining to if she's your type, like the type of woman you would sleep with, to begin with, right?
I hope
Because
so.
like if she
Well,
if she's 65 and her teeth aren't real,
Can she take him out?
that's
Does a
not-
blowjob count?
Yeah, but that's a blowjob. That's different.
Okay. See, blowjobs aren't sex. Okay, we've identified that now. That's good.
So I didn't get laid a lot as a younger person.
No,
because there was a lack of. And here's honestly, there was a lack of girls openly just being like, "Do you want to have sex?" That didn't happen, and that was the clue I needed. You need to literally say, "I want you to fuck me," or I'm just gonna.
I think a lot of guys do that.
I don't want to
Like,
become a rapey guy and be
a
like.
lot of guys are like that. Like a girl will like them, and they just don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, she hasn't said she wants to fuck me, so she must not want to fuck me.
Yeah. Cluelessly honest. But so if all the first dates,
Or you don't want to sound, you don't want to like come off
like,
as a creep.
Hey, do you want to fuck? I probably would have been just like, yeah, let's do that. And maybe I'll see you again, and maybe I won't. But at least I got laid.
All right, our last question. Is it more attractive if a girl lacks experience or has more experience than you?
Ooh.
Yes.
How do you even judge that? How do you judge that? How do you know that?
It's an ego question.
Well, what do you
If
mean?
say
When you're
less,
with
think you're
her,
awesome.
is
If
she
you say
seeing more
it's because
experienced
you
or
want
less?
more.
Is this a what's your number question? Is that what this is? Is that the caveat of what's your experience level is your number?
I'm sure it's what you can do, your skill level,
Well, skill is completely different. Completely different.
than experience.
Yeah, 100% different. So let's take an example. You haven't been with very many people in your entire life, and you're fantastic at everything.
But
and
isn't quality better than quantity?
That's not the
This was
question,
an
though.
episode of Will and Grace, by the way.
Was it really?
I've
I
been
love
with
Will and Grace.
I've been with a woman
Some of
that
the new ones.
And I have all this curly hair right now.
I've been with a woman that has had more experience than me, and when you say experience, meaning partners, and she didn't know what she was doing.
Who is that?
I'm not gonna call her out on that.
Do it.
Yeah, what's her first
Do
and
it.
last
No.
name?
Yeah, not gonna do that. I
Why
don't
not?
need that level
Not
of bullshit.
gonna
Not gonna do it.
But it's the scary Halloween episode. So that's the guy. Right?
This is like the hot crazy scale.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that.
The line you can follow it. The more experience she has, the older she must be for it to be attractive. Otherwise, she's still just a slut. Below this line.
Right.
That was the Will and Grace episode?
No. The Will and Grace episode was funny because it was a couple, her and they were talking about their exes, their roster, their card. And she's like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about this." He's like, "No, how many?" And she's like, it was like 100 and something. And he's like, "Oh, I've only been with like 17 people." But then they go into how many times in their lifetime.
Yeah.
And he couldn't count it. And she's like, "Well, out of this 100 and some odd people, I've only had sex actually like 340 times."
Yeah.
And her friend is drunk and she's in the room. She's like, "What it really means is people only want you for sex, and that's all you have to offer."
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she's my favorite.
Karen?
Yes,
Karen?
Megan Mullally. She's
Yeah.
what the fuck's his name? Nick Offerman's wife.
Yeah, Nick Offerman's wife.
Oh yeah. She's in Parks and Rec also. She plays his ex-wife.
Yep.
Did I tell you guys about the? Did I talk about it on the show where I was talking to this girl online, and we talked about how many people we'd slept with?
I don't think so.
I'm talking about this is pretty recent.
Yes,
How
I
many people have you
remember.
slept with?
Oh, was it on?
Yeah, you're asking the guy with no memory to answer that question, but you should ask.
Let's
him.
everyone say their number at the same time.
Hold on, Andrea, did we talk
know my
about that?
number.
I don't know if if it was on the show or not.
I don't think it was.
Let's do it next time.
Well, it pertains to the conversation.
But
I'm
I
sure
don't
you guys will
remember.
talk
I
about
wanna
sex
remember it
again.
and read what you said.
Read? What?
I don't remember what I said. I was gonna reread the what.
No, it just talks about the number and like the how do I just tell? I'll take 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, you.
I could have already told it by now.
Insert story here.
I'm thinking you don't know what happened.
No, of course I know. Okay, so I was I met this chick online and we were talking. We've been talking probably for like I don't know, a week or two maybe. And then she comes up with the question, so how many people have you been with? And I was just like, okay. I was like, well, I'll answer honestly, you know. And
I do think I remember the story now, but keep
What
telling
was
it
the
for the
end?
purpose of everybody
I know
here.
I told you personally, but I don't know if I told it on the show.
Okay, got
What
it.
was the number?
And so I told her the number, and then she immediately like freaked out.
How
and
can you
was
go
like-
negative, she said.
I didn't know fractions were possible.
And I thought of some horrible thing to say to answer that question. But
No sex with amputees, Tack. That doesn't count as fractions.
if you, never mind when you say it.
Necrophilia.
So anyway, so I told her the number, and she freaked out. She was like, "Holy shit!" She's like, "You have a problem. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm not comfortable with that. In fact, don't ever talk to me again. I'm going to block you, and I'm going to unfriend you on Facebook and block." I'm like, "You don't have to unblock me. I'm not going to try and, contact you." And she's like, "I hope you find everything you're looking for, and don't ever contact me."
Try
again.
not to suck a dick on the way to the car.
I was just like, "Holy
Jay,
shit!"
that's for you.
So your number was either way too low or way too high.
She thought it was way too high.
Well, let's preface it. What's your number? Come on.
Yeah.
We talked about this on the original.
Yeah, we did.
And that's when we decided, we can't talk about things like that.
We can't? I'll tell my number. If Andrea lets me. I would tell my number.
It's so high. He is a freaking whore.
I know his number.
See,
or
I always
roughly
thought-
around his number.
I always
like
thought that I didn't get laid enough.
5,782.
And my fiance thinks that I've had way too many partners.
You have a fiance?
And I'm like, yeah.
I didn't know it was
Okay,
a
what's your number,
fiance.
Ray?
I don't want
I
to
wanted
say
to
it.
her hair for the wedding.
Are we all not going to say any numbers?
That's up to you guys.
What?
Yours is 14?
Yeah, I don't.
There
Is
we
that
go.
a big deal for everybody else?
Girls?
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
That's good. That's fair.
That's fair.
But it should count both. If you're into that, it should count both.
I was just kidding. It was a gay joke.
Was
I'm just
that
kidding.
wishful thinking?
No.
I see the way you keep looking at me.
All right, Ray, you're up. We have 14, 5.
5? No, I don't want to say it now. I don't know.
I know most of these answers. It's a variety in the room. You're not going to be an outlier.
I don't know the exact number, but it's around 25.
Oh,
That's not
Adam's
bad at all.
way higher. Oh my god, he's like way
That's not
higher.
bad
All right,
at
good.
all.
It's
All right,
my
Tack,
turn now.
what are you up to, buddy?
Oh, God.
Dan and
You're
Steph, maybe you
higher
don't,
than
as
him.
our guests.
This is
going to
be the best episode of this podcast.
Adam is
what?
way the whore. Don't worry, you're way
I know that he's hired me. I know that already.
Yeah.
That's
We've
not
already
a.
had
Hey,
this
let's
conversation.
clarify this. That is not a trophy. That is
I
like
didn't say-
shameful in some situations.
Sure.
It's definitely
That's what we'll say on the
shameful.
podcast.
Yeah. Right? You see me winking over here?
You made my
Yeah,
my
what's
mansion in heaven a little smaller.
up? That's awesome.
All right, I'm 39. So
All right.
I'm just waiting for that 40.
See, you're still
Who
young.
wants to be number 40? I'm just kidding.
That's how you should
Contact
sell
us
it.
at show
40s are the new
at
20s.
livingvicariously.com.
How many of those did you not pay for, though?
Oh.
Oh.
I thought that was part of
About that.
No, I didn't pay for
Do you guys want to say or no? You don't have to. If you're a guest, so you don't have to.
3.
3? Really? Dan, that's awesome.
You're
I wasn't
so
kidding.
nice.
All right. When I said that earlier, like,
That's amazing.
and then-
Dan's the new prince.
well, so it was a double-edged sword too. Like, if I went to a party or a place where, obviously, as a young
Sure.
dude, the only reason you go to something like that is to find someone to try and have sex with. Hopefully. Well, I was always the person who, I don't have time for that shit. I don't want to look for you or find you or try and woo you. I got a bottle and a blunt and I want to party. So if within 10 minutes I didn't have any prospect, I'm just going ham. And that's kind of how I lived my life.
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you don't have to if you don't want to.
It's 5.
5, that's great.
hey, girl, 5 power.
I guess. I don't know.
So let's see. 40.
All right. I'm not 40.
14. 39.
Yeah.
14.
He's trying to see if he's got
He
everyone
was
beat
14.
by himself.
He's
14.
beat everyone.
He's adding
23
Oh,
for
beat
sure
everyone.
confirmed kills, but I think 25 possibly.
All of us together are less than him.
That is correct. I just did the math.
Wow. How does your dick not fall off?
I
Condom,
know,
I
he's
mean.
a friggin' whore.
You've banged,
Wait,
you've
this is-
banged more chicks than all of us have banged people combined.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
My
it
number's over 80.
it's over 80, but
Yeah.
less than
I
100?
thought
I don't remember.
You
Yeah,
told
it's
me
definitely
it was
less
in
than
the
100.
70s.
That's what I thought too. What
Well, when we
happened?
first started the podcast,
What the
I don't even know.
Oh my God.
I've had 5 since I met Andrea. No.
I don't even know that I've met 80 women in my life. How the hell do you bang 80 chicks? Jesus.
It seems impossible.
He never clarified chicks.
Only one of
How
quality.
do you bang 80 people?
You're not even that old.
Thank you. Was that a
How old
that's a
are you,
backwards
Adam?
compliment? 30. Am I 8?
You're 38.
38.
Damn.
Oh, I thought you were 37.
See, I'm gonna have to
38.
break up with my fiance to catch up to just even to catch up with.
And
Tack.
look at I'm nothing. Like
No,
look at
I'm
me. I'm not
nothing.
attractive at all. I don't know how it. And most of my chicks are like really hot. I don't know how I did it.
And to our
I don't know how I
listeners,
did it.
the high numbers do not emphasize anything that's a good accomplishment, as you can tell by the people in this room that are now giving me shit, and Andrea's counting in her head to see if
You
she
were
can figure it out.
married for how many years, though, and all of that? So what?
Hey, you're implicating
during
me
the
here.
other
Hang on.
years,
I
this
plead
is
the
like
fifth
more
to
than
this,
one
Josh.
a day, right?
I'm pleading the fifth to this.
It's got to be more than one
Check
a
out
day.
that Segway over there.
It's an awesome segue.
It's over there with the big wheels.
That was an awesome segue.
It was cool though, right?
Yes.
Is that all the Guyry?
I wanted to get on it and write it.
Is that all the Guyry?
Yes.
That was a fantastic guy. That was the best one I've
That was the
ever
best
heard.
Guy ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
You guys can eat shit and die.
Oh.
Damn, she got real up in here.
You're not getting laid for a while, Adam.
No, I'm not going to punish myself.
No.
Stupid.
And yet you still won't introduce me to your sister. I still can't figure out why.
It's not because of you, I promise. All right, Tack, you ready to wrap up the show?
Yeah, let's do it. So,
all right. First, let's thank Ray Brito for
Yeah.
coming up here tonight.
Thank you.
Jesus, Ray.
He's already got his headphones off and shit.
Yeah, I didn't already get.
Or just me.
So he's standing by the door with his key in his hand.
Fuck this podcast. I'm out of here.
I thought we were done. Never mind.
You
Sorry.
guys have shit falling off the walls, lights turning on.
That's right.
I think the dog is dead.
No, he's not, Oliver.
It dies
No,
every time I
Ollie.
come over here.
Ollie. Okay.
So,
Bubba.
Ray, are you going to boot back up your podcast?
Maybe.
Did you just do a line of Coke, Tack?
Maybe.
It wasn't me.
Was it you?
That was me.
Is everyone
you?
doing coke?
Because he touched his nose the same time you sniffed, and
No,
it looked like.
I hit my eye. I don't like
Oh, okay.
Everyone's doing coke.
Palm
No, definitely not.
I'm doing champagne.
So, are you going to boot the show back up, or
Possibly.
Yeah, cool.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Well, if you don't, I mean, do you think one night a week kind of commitment would be something you could do? I mean, it's a hell of a drive. Jay already had to do something like that. Just for considerations.
I'll think about it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to commit and then be that guy that can't show up fucking half the time.
We already have that. It's Tack.
And
Yeah, I can't.
It's only because of my job.
if you guys live like right by my house, I would say yes right now.
Yeah.
But I have to think about it.
All right.
Don't call us. We'll
I don't
call
like
you.
being on the
Is that
spot
what-
Yeah.
Is that
either.
what just happened?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'll get back to you. Well, here's my number. No, I'll look it up.
Well, do you have anywhere you're going to be performing or anything you want to plug? Or?
Third Thursday of every month at Bug Nutty Brewing Company,
Hell yeah.
and that's about it.
Bug Nutty's right here on Merritt Island, halfway between both causeways, basically. So
715 East Merritt Island,
East Merritt Island?
Google
Causeway?
it.
No, yeah. That's like the
Fucking
mall or
Google it.
something. You're having Adam go to the mall. Yeah, no, it's on State Road 3, somewhere between 520 and 528.
715 East Courtney Parkway, or Courtney, or however you say it.
Courtney. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
it.
And I want to plug my girlfriend's YouTube channel. It's
Do it.
Jamie and Wesley. They did a video thing, like a makeup tutorial.
Really?
And it was on. I want to. Have you guys ever heard of popsugar.com?
Mm-hmm.
You have? Okay. I thought it was. She's like, oh, you haven't heard of popsugar.com? I'm like, fucking no, dude. It's a lifestyle website. Why would I ever heard of it?
So let's say hypothetically that I've never heard of it. What is it?
I've never heard of it either.
It's a lifestyle channel. Like they'll just write articles about lifestyle type stuff, but their video is featured on there, and it's
Lifestyles of
deal.
the
Right
rich and famous.
That's cool.
but just go to YouTube and Jamie and Wesley. If you're a female, if you're a guy, you're gonna hate it. Unless you just like looking at.
We'll put it in the links in the show notes as well. So listeners, if you want to click on it, it's in the show notes on your smartphone or wherever you're watching this.
Well, if you're feeling like a beast, come down and see me at Brent Allen Salon and Day Spa, and I'll make you feel like a beauty.
Oh, that was a hell of a.
That was nice.
It's the last time you could use that.
No, it's not.
Oh, stop!
I
You
can
can
use
make her
that
cry.
forever.
That's what I'm going for.
Great, Ray. Now you got to go fuck her so she stops crying. See how that works in here?
She would be horribly disappointed.
I would cry
she'd
more.
She'd be crying after.
Well, we know Ray's trick now. The pull out.
It's not as big as Adam's.
Oh, that feels good. I'm sorry.
It's probably not. No. Do you have any plugs?
We want to thank them.
Yeah, Dan and Steph, thank you guys for coming up. And thank you also for coming up to see Andrea's show. It means the world to both of us. So thank you very, very much for that.
I thought it was great.
Awesome.
It was a killer show.
Of course it meant something to me.
What the fuck was that, dude?
What the fuck is happening in your house, Adam?
I have no idea what that
How
was.
did both of the fucking soundboards fall over at the same exact time?
All right. Well, Tack, we'll finish wrapping up the show. Let's
Hold on.
Let's go check this out.
Hold on.
That scared the fucking shit out of me, dude.
It was gnarly.
I don't.
Oliver's not here. It's like we have a million pets in here.
Yeah, the dog is right there. It wasn't the dog.
Okay.
What was that?
Hey Adam, why are the cabinets open?
What cabinets?
All of the cabinets in the kitchen.
What?
Come look.
That's weird. Oh my god. You guys, seriously. No! What's going on?
What's happening?
Make it stop! Guys, where are you?